Welcome to the Live Hive Networking with Purpose. And we're going to start with the intros today. I'm Sarah with Scroll and Post. And can I have Kelly go ahead and introduce herself?
I am Kelly Van Hovland. I do marketing strategy for online businesses. So I help business owners make sure that all of their marketing online components run smoothly together, from their website, social media, email, everything's working cohesively, putting out the same message and the same images and the same feel across all of their platforms. And then since I've been growing my freelance business over the last few years, I've put together some marketing tactics and ways of streamlining businesses that I feel have contributed to my success. And I've rolled those into a 12-week program that I am teaching starting March 1st for the very first time as like a group coaching program. So I'm super excited to get that out into the world in the next couple of weeks as well.
Hi, I'm Franny Burek, and my company is just me. I'm a certified life and business coach, and I am also a writer, soon to be author, and a speaker on different forums like webinars, things like this. So I'm really, really happy to be here. And Kelly, I definitely am signing up for your marketing. So make sure you send me a link so I know how to sign up on LinkedIn. That would be awesome. So I really, really appreciate it. And I'm so happy to be here today. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. Next, I'm going to introduce the speaker. We have Angie here today. She spent a year working on herself before she went into business for herself after 18 years of a sales career. She says, I felt stuck in a job that wasn't fulfilling anymore. When I started my business, I didn't believe I could make the money I was currently making in corporate America. I was entirely wrong. I made multiple six figures the year I quit my job and now live a life I dreamed of. I currently run multiple successful businesses while spending time with family and friends and being around people I actually want to be around. I love that. I make more money and impact more lives than I ever dreamed of. I am blessed to be able to help women entrepreneurs gain clarity and direction around their goals and dreams so they can realize their full potential, make more money, and live a life they love. So thank you so much. A big round of applause for Angie. And you can take the stage now.
All right. Thank you for having me. I am excited to be here today. I appreciate the opportunity. This is I am a certified coach, speaker, and trainer. And so my area of expertise is on personal development and mindset. And then I clearly have expertise in sales. And so mindset is such a huge part of sales. I really love talking about both. And so much. I run multiple businesses. I have a real estate investing business. I have my coaching and speaking business. I have a couple other side businesses as well that continue to bring in revenue, which is awesome. But mindset is so very important in sales. And so, we all have mindset things that we really need to work through. And I had a very successful sales career, but where I stumbled in launching my entrepreneur career, right, and my entrepreneurship life, was getting over the limiting beliefs that I could make more money in my own business than I could in corporate America. So I left that job at the peak of my career. I won President's Club the year before, and I made more money than I had ever made, and I was quitting and going, oh my gosh, what am I doing, right? So the biggest leap of faith I've ever taken, both spiritually and on myself. So it has paid off a million times over. I've never looked back. And I love what I do. I love both of my businesses passionately. Coaching and speaking kind of came about because of requests I had from others saying, hey, can you show me what you did? Can you show me, help me? And then I had a couple people say, listen, you really should be a coach, right? And over. And I'm like, all right, I feel like, this is a calling, and this is coming from a higher power other than just a person communicating it. So that's how I got into coaching and speaking. But that's just a little bit of a background, you know, just to say you can be doing really, really well. And I love that everyone's here taking the time to pour into yourself, because we all, when you focus on personal development and growth, it pays off a million times, right? So thank you all for being here. And so we're going to talk about sales. Who has, and I don't know if we can comment in the chat or raise your hand, but who really loves sales? Anyone? Who really doesn't like sales? Anyone? Okay.
Usually everybody hates it when they're here.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty standard. People don't like sales. They don't want to come across as salesy, and they don't feel comfortable doing it. And I know Kelly said she likes talking to people, but stumbles over the actual sales. So we're going to talk about that. And I love talking to people too, right? I love networking, and I love bringing value to people. And so one of the things I always talk about with my clients in so many aspects of life is just reframing the way you look at things. So instead of when you're talking to a prospect on the phone or on a Zoom call or whatever it is, you know, talk about you're bringing value, right? You really have to see whatever product or service you're selling. And the reality is we are selling. You're selling yourself or your product, whatever it is, all day long, right? We're entrepreneurs. We're in business for ourselves. My husband and I always joke, he's in sales too. Nothing happens until someone sells something. We've always said that, and it's 100% true. So you have to be really comfortable in selling. But look, instead of looking at it and going, oh my gosh, I don't feel comfortable with sales, or I don't want to sell, right? And ask for the sale. Think about what value you're providing. Look at your product or services and say, okay, how is this going to help someone? Because you're not really selling something. What you're doing is you're finding their problem, right? You're uncovering their issue, and you're providing a solution. You're not selling anything, you're providing a solution. But you can't provide that solution until you've gotten to the point where you really understand what their problem is. And so that comes with a lot of, you know, we call it like peeling the onion, right? So ask a ton of questions. So you want to start your sales process with building rapport. And that's either in a sales call or on DMs. I know a lot of people sell over DMs and social media now, or email, but you have to build rapport. You know, it's amazing to me. Sometimes people start a DM with me, they'll reach out, and then they'll go right to their product. I'm like, whoa, right? Like, let's get to know each other a little bit better first, right? Before you're in essence asking for my money, I don't know anything about you, right? So you really want to build rapport, because people buy from people they like and trust. So until you build that trust and until they like you, you're not getting that sale. That's the reality. So you really want to make sure you're building that rapport and they're getting to know you, because they're going to buy because they like and trust Angie. They're going to buy because they like and trust Sarah or Franny or Kelly. So you want to make sure you're building that rapport, and then you're digging in and understanding what are their stumbling blocks? What are they struggling with? What issues are they having? And keep digging, because often if someone says, hey, this is my problem, this is what I'm struggling with, ask them, you know, why? How long have they been struggling with it? What have they done to try to overcome it? Because sometimes what you'll find is either that's not just the problem, or that's not really actually the problem, it's actually something else. So maybe they're having trouble getting clients, but you're talking to them and you're going through it, right? And then you find out, oh, it's not really they're having trouble getting clients. They're having trouble getting clients because they lack self-confidence. And that's something that you have a solution for. So just keep asking questions and building trust to figure out what the problem is. And then you present your solution. So you may have a course I know we cover in my program, we look at, you know, multiple things, right? But one of those things is overcoming limiting beliefs. And we look at imposter syndrome, the fear of success, increasing self-confidence, and things like that. So you look at what your solution is and you pair it with their problem. And then you can present it in multiple ways. But hey, if we were able to work on your self-confidence and increase your self-confidence, do you think you would feel more comfortable on sales calls, on getting on the calls? If the answer is yes, you're providing that solution. And it's okay, you're not gonna knock it out of the park every time. So you have to realize that clients are there, right? And you may work with some of them, and that's awesome. And you may not work with some of them, and that's awesome too, because you want someone that is a really good fit for the solution you have and for you personally. So you don't just want clients for numbers. That's sales. That's not great sales, I should say. You want clients that it's a win-win situation. You're providing them a solution, and they're a really good fit for your business. Because what happens is when you are, right, at the end of the day, your sales call, you're kind of interviewing each other to see if it's a good fit. If you bring people on to your products or your services that are a good fit, you know what's going to happen? They're going to see results, right? So you want someone that's going to see results and is a good fit. And then they're going to go on and they're going to tell their friends. And then they're going to bring in. So you're going to have this referral network, which is amazing. So it's really important to look for the right client. You don't want just any client. You want to look for the right client and someone that you can serve with your products or services. And that's truly how I look at it. How can I serve you? How can I solve your problem? And if I'm not the right person, I'm going to match them up with someone I know that's the right person. Because what happens there is not only are you doing the right thing, but when they have an issue they know you can solve, they're going to come to you. Or if they're talking to Sally at happy hour and she's got that problem, they're going to remember, oh, you know what? Angie couldn't help me with what I needed, but hey, she's really great at mindset and really helping someone overcome their limiting beliefs. So Sally, why don't you reach out to Angie? So when you come from a place of abundance and you're not just looking for numbers of clients, but the right clients, you're going to get more and more clients, and that's going to come from referrals in multiple standpoints. And then, you're selling from the heart. You're selling something you believe in. And if you don't have something that you believe in, then go back to the drawing board. It's your business, right? So if you're finding on calls that you're not meeting these clients' needs, your question is either, are you in the wrong niche, or do you need to tweak your product so that you can serve them better? So when someone's coming up with objections and asking you questions, that's a really good thing. So you want to see objections as a really good thing, because your answer, that means they're interested and they need clarification around certain things. So I always will say, okay, if you have a question on XYZ, okay, Sarah, so you have a question on, the length of my program and access to me afterwards. Is that correct? And then they say yes. And you answer that question. And then you check back with them. Okay, Sarah, did that answer your question? Does that make you feel more comfortable? And right, and you're getting yes. Sarah's nodding now, right? You're getting yes. So they're buying it and they're leaning in, right? So they're leaning in towards you. And just remember too, sales is, a lot of it is a numbers game. So you have to, don't be afraid of the no. No is okay. No is getting you closer to your yes, the next yes. So don't be afraid of no's. And don't think of no's as like, no, I'm never going to work with you, right? Or no, I'm never going to buy your product. Look at it as no as not right now. No means not right now. So then hopefully you have a CRM or a database where you're putting everyone's contact information that you're talking to, and you're following up with them. If you're having a conversation with them, and I'm not talking about like one DM and then you don't hear from them, you can put them in, right? But you have to look at your value of time and how you're doing things, but put them into the CRM, because sales is in the follow-up. Any sales is in the follow-up. I have a business coach I hired a few weeks ago. I'm a firm believer of always having a coach or a mentor. And I love what she does. And she really focuses a lot on webinars. And that's something I love doing, webinars. I love teaching and sharing value with others. But I did her workshop twice, right? And I followed her. And so this happened behind the scenes for months. So think of it as you're planting seeds, and you have to continue to follow up to get those clients on board. They have to continue to see you, and they have to continue to see you provide value. So you can't just go in and ask for the sale. You have to provide value. You have to plant those seeds. And that also gets you in front of them and makes them really comfortable with you, right? And remember, they have to like you and trust you. So that builds the like and trust. And I know someone mentioned too, like I love talking to people, right? But asking for the sale. So where a lot of sales fall off and you don't get the sale is you don't ask for it. So, and this is something I tell my 7-year-old, right? You're never going to get something you don't ask for, right? 100% of the time, you're not going to get it because you don't ask for it. If you ask for something, the chances of you getting it skyrocket just because you asked for it. So you have to ask for the sale. And if it's not, maybe you're not jumping right to the sale. Maybe you're asking for a follow-up, depending on how your sales process is. If you're talking on a call, they have some questions or they need to speak to their spouse or whatever it is, right? Okay, so I understand you want to do that. How long do you think you need to do that? Okay, 2 days. So would it be okay with you if I follow up with you on Monday? And they say yes, and then get a time. Write that time down and then follow up at exactly that time. Because what that does right there is it makes you stand out because people don't do it. People either don't follow up or they're not following up at the time they said they would. So even if you don't reach them, leave them a message. Hey, this is Angie with Living Inspired Within. I loved our conversation on Saturday. We talked about following up, Monday at 10 o'clock. So I'm following up. Please give me a call or a text when you get a chance. I want to make sure we connect today. Right? So they know that you followed up with them. Don't call and not leave a message, right? You need them to know, hey, I said I was going to follow up. This is me following up. But you have to ask for the sale. You have to, right? So if it's a program, right? I know, I think Kelly mentioned her program that she's launching in February, right? So here's what the program does. Does that sound like something that's going to solve your problem? Yes. Okay. Would you like to join us in March? Or are you ready to join us in March to XYZ, right? And you're mentioning the results you're going to see. Are you ready to join us in March so that you can get more clients? Are you ready to join us in March so that your social media can be done with ease and you can get more time back, right? So that's what you're asking. Are you ready? And if not, if they say no, then that's great because you know why. It's an objection. So then you're going to answer that objection and you're going to follow up with that. So hopefully that helps. Those are just some of the really high level things from sales, but people don't love sales. Love sales. And if it's something that you're not comfortable with, I challenge you, and this is something I try to do myself, so I'm not asking you to do something I don't do, and this isn't typically around sales for me, but find something that makes you uncomfortable every single day and do it. So if you're not comfortable with sales, then get comfortable with sales. Make it a point to get on a call with 3 prospects every single day. Because the way you're going to be comfortable is by practicing it and doing it consistently. Learning what are those objections. And if you need to write them down and have an answer. Because what that happens is you don't want to say, okay, oh, Sarah, okay, wait, here's the objection. That's not going to happen. But what writing down objections and answers to them, right? what that does for you is it puts it into your brain so that you're automatically going to it. So it actually writing it down in a script, and if you want to write your sales call or your elevator pitch or whatever it is, you write it down. What that does is it doesn't make you a robot. It ingrains it into your brain so that you're ready on the fly. You have those answers, you know those answers. You can overcome those objections because you've written them down. You know what your elevator pitch is because you've written it down. So it doesn't make it more robotic. What it does is it makes it more conversational. Because otherwise, when someone's bringing you an objection or you know, talking to you, what you're thinking in your mind, if you're not prepared, you're thinking, okay, oh my gosh, what am I going to say here? And you're missing whatever they're saying to you because you want to be listening. So 70 to 80% of a sales call should be you listening, not you talking. So you don't want to go, we always said, like, you don't want to, and hopefully this is okay, but you don't want to show up and throw up, right? Like, you want to be able to listen because you can't solve their problem if you don't know what their problem is because you're too busy talking. That doesn't serve them well. And so you're not going to get the sale. So hopefully that helped. Does anyone have any questions? Or anything that you're struggling with specifically in sales that you want to talk about?
I know in the past on this event, there's been discussions of try when you approach DMs. I know I have a lady here who, and we go back and forth about what's the best way to do this. But if you're trying to grow, say, your Facebook group or your brand or whatever, can you just DM someone you don't know at all? And if that is a sales tactic, how do you handle that? Or is it not, you just not do that?
Can you DM someone? Are you trying to get them? I guess my question would be, are you trying to sell them on your product or service in the DM? Or are you trying to build rapport?
In my mind, you begin to build rapport to then kind of to warm them up to
Yeah,
to warm to hot. But
yep.
there's some pushback of, no, I'm not going to DM anyone that I don't know because that's creepy. So what do you say to that?
So I don't think that's creepy. I think we're to a point where, you know, a lot of sales is being done over DMs, and that's the reality. And so you know, is it creepy to reach out to someone that you don't know on a DM? No, I don't think so. But I have people reaching out to me all day, every day, and then I'm reaching out to people as well. But I'm not reaching out to people to sell them into my program or my membership or my VIP group. That's not what I'm doing. I'm reaching out to them because they've responded to a post or they've responded to something. So it's not like someone totally cold that I have nothing, right? I'm just like randomly messaging people. That's not happening. What's happening is I'm putting posts out there, they're commenting or liking it. And then I'm going back and saying, okay, you know, Sarah, I just wanted to reach out. You commented or liked or whatever my post in XYZ groups. You want to refer back to the group so they know what the heck you're referring to. You know, and I just wanted to connect. You know, I love connecting with like-minded business women. And then you start building the rapport depending on what that post was, right? So you kind of start a conversation around that post, so that gives you your base. And then for me, a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm not saying, hey, I have a great membership or hey, I have a great program. And, you know, I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is saying, hey, I have a free group for women entrepreneurs. And so it's a great group of women. We help and support each other and motivate each other. There's a lot of free resources in there and trainings. And then I bring in 5 experts every month and spotlight them to help bring in an additional resource. So if that's something you'd be interested in, here's the link. We would love it if you join us. You know, if it's not, no big deal. So for me, and I don't know, I would welcome your feedback. I don't think that sounds too pushy or too salesy or creepy, because all I'm doing is I'm trying to provide you value. I'm providing you free resources. I'm providing you motivation. I'm providing you a community of like-minded, amazing women. I'm providing you experts. So I'm providing all these things to you. I'm not asking for anything. I'm saying, hey, here's a resource. Here's a gift I'm providing you, in essence. It's free. You can choose to partake or not. And either way is good, because remember, if that person, if that's right for you, right, and it's a good fit, they're likely going to join the group. If it's not, they're not. So great. Either way, you're winning. But you're putting it out there and you're providing it as a resource. You have to plant the seeds and provide value. So if you're just reaching out in DM going, hey, I'm Angie with Living Inspired Within. We have a program or a VIP group, whatever you want to do. And oh, by the way, here's the information and it's this much money. Totally creepy, not appropriate. And you haven't earned the right, and this is how I look at it. You have to earn the right to ask for the sale. So in my mind, you're not earning the right to ask for the sale over DMs. I want to get to know you. I want to build rapport. And I know some people do, they go straight for the sale and DMs. And I realize I'm a little old school. I'm a little bit like an old fogey. It's okay. I'm an old soul. I'm comfortable with it. But, you know, I want to talk to you. If I'm going to buy your program, if your program, I mean, I may buy something that's like $100 or a membership over DM, right? Or not ever have to talk to you. Totally fine. You're talking a few $100s, you're talking over $1,000, and you and I are going to have a conversation, because I want to vet you. I want to make sure it's a good fit. I don't want to throw money out the window. So to me, I feel like I have to earn the right to ask for that business. And I'm not asking over a DM for that business. I want to build rapport. I want you to get to know me. Because if you like me, we may work really well together. And if you don't like me, that's okay. I'm confident enough in myself that that's okay. And I want you to find another coach that resonates with you really well. And I can probably help you do that. So, and if you are, if someone's really, you feel like they're a hot lead on DMs, right? Maybe instead of going right for the sale, you say, hey, let's book a call. Would you like to book a call with me? Because then you're not asking right for the sale, right? Because that doesn't feel good for anyone. You're saying, hey, would you like to hop on a call, 15, 20-minute call? And then you're hopefully on a Zoom call, right? Because there's so much you get face-to-face or virtually face-to-face from people. And you want to be able to read their body language. Are they nodding? Are they smiling? Are they leaning in? Are they, they're on their phone? That's not a good sign. So, I think that I'm against like full on selling on DMs, and I know some people do it, and that's okay. For me, it's not how I like to do business. And for others that do, I think that's great for them. It's not the right solution for me. I want to build rapport. But if you're coming into my VIP program and we're doing group coaching, we have to have good rapport. We're sharing a lot of information that can be sensitive, and I want to make sure that we respond well to each other, that you're going to be open to receive that, and that we're going to communicate well. And if that's not the case, then you're not the right fit. So if it's my membership program and it's a small monthly fee, that's something different. We have interaction once a month. So but if it's any of my group programs, I want to make sure you're a good fit as well. So hopefully that answered that.
That was perfect. Thank you so much. Franny says, love your presentation. Love the idea of contacting 3 people a day. Zoom calls are great. Responding to a post is a great idea. Rapport is great first.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Posts are really great. Posts really will get you engagement, and then you have something to build off of. So you're not just reaching out to people cold. And then a lot of, a lot of ways. Just think of ways that you can provide value. It doesn't have to be. I mean, you're not giving away your whole course for free, but there are little things that you can provide value to other people to allow them to get to know you. So maybe you're providing, I saw Franny was asking, where do you get your ideas? If you're asking about value, that's what I'm going to answer. So if that's not what you meant, please let me know. But ways that you can provide value, you can provide value with freebies, like a lead magnet. You can provide an ebook or a guide. A simple PDF sometimes is easy. And when you think of ebook, we're not talking a 300-page book. It can be, 2 to 3 pages of content. You can provide free value in the way of a, 15-minute call and providing them with 2 or 3 ideas or tips they can implement immediately, depending on, what your service or product is. You can provide free value via a webinar. I do a lot of webinars. It provides free value to people. And then the replay is available for a couple days after, and then it comes down. You can do a workshop where you're hosting a workshop in your group for 2, 3, 5 days. And it's, maybe 30 minutes at a time, and you're touching on one thing, but you're providing them value. So think about what solutions you're providing and find ways that you can provide value around those solutions. So is it something, easy that you can do? Is it, so sometimes for limiting beliefs, like one of the things I do is I will provide, one of the freebies I have is positive affirmations. So I'll share positive affirmations with people, and I'm big into webinars. And then, one of the things of value I provide is my Facebook group. So, and there's resources in there. One of the things of value I provide is my YouTube channel. So I post a video every single week, Fridays at 10 a.m. A video gets posted. That's a free resource. That's value. If they, and I always tell people, everything I put out there isn't going to serve you well, because maybe it's not something you need. That's okay. Take what serves you well and ditch the rest. You're not going to offend me. I can't, because everyone has different things, right? So I'm trying to provide value for women entrepreneurs. So you may be able to, but if you can get one nugget out of the valuable resources I'm providing you, then it's a win. And if it's not something you're working on, then ditch it. Take what serves you and then ditch the rest. Focus on what serves you well. And then ask your prospects, your clients, hey, what my goal is to provide you value. What are you struggling with? What can I help you with? What would you see as valuable? Ask them. That's the best way to get an answer, because they may, it may be calls for them. If you're selling a product, and I apologize, people are selling products. I typically miss that because everything I do is service-based. But maybe if you're providing a product, maybe it's a tester, or maybe it's a, 7-day money back guarantee, or whatever it is, right? So there's something you can provide a value, but the best answer is just to ask them, see what they want, and you may or may not be able to fulfill it. It's okay. You can say no too. I'm working on that. Does anyone else have any questions?
Kelly, do you have any questions? I know Franny's asked a few. If you don't, that's fine. We've got a few people live on Instagram.
Awesome. I need a tip later on how to stream into Instagram, Sarah. So you and I hopefully can circle back on that.
Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
All right. If there's no more questions, Angie, did you have anything else?
No, I mean, I don't know what it's okay to share within the group.
Tell us where we can find you, anything that you want to share about yourself, please. This is your moment to share your skills and offers.
Awesome. I can put in the chat too, because the links are sometimes a little bit long, but you can find the Facebook group that I was mentioning is Women Living Inspired Within. It's on Facebook, and then that's also the Instagram handle is Women Living Inspired Within. So please, especially within the Facebook group, we're just able to have a little bit more community there and collaboration, conversation. So please, if it's something that you feel would serve you well, I encourage you, please join. We would love to have you. It's an amazing group of women. And we have this week, we're launching our expert spotlight interviews. So if you join soon, you'll be able to catch those. And then also I'll put the link for my YouTube channel because the link is kind of lengthy. And definitely, you know, if you're interested, you can go to livinginspiredwithin.com. That's the information in regards to the membership I mentioned. It's a monthly membership and it's $1 down. So you can check it out for a month, get to know me a little bit, and then it's a monthly fee. And then if you're interested in exploring the program, it's livinginspiredwithin.com/program. Or you can book a call with me, and I'll put the link to book a call as well. I would love to connect with you personally. That to me is so important, is connecting personally. So please reach out. If you want to shoot me an email, I welcome that as well, livinginspiredwithin@gmail.com. And then I'm always happy to receive DMs, right? So we talked about DMs. Reach out, let me know where you saw my presentation, and I would love to connect. I love connecting with like-minded women. I love networking, and I think there are so many things that we can all do together to lift each other up.
Thank you so, so much. It was a great presentation, and I hope it's all inspired you all to get out there, have a different mindset about selling and growing your business as we begin 2021. And we've got a few more comments. Awesome speaker. This was super.
Awesome.
A link. So if you want to share your links in the chat, please do that. And we will end the recording here, and then we're going to have the honeypot in the chat. Thank you so, so much, Angie. What an awesome time we had together, and I appreciate you pouring into us. And I look forward to seeing Franny and Kelly and myself how we're going to grow with all the wisdom and knowledge that you poured into us this year.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having me. And like I said, if you guys want to reach out, please let me know how sales is going, or if you're working through something, reach out. I would be happy to help you work through it.